200,000. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. 200,000 subscribers for my channel. 200,000 individuals who have realized that they are able to receive unparalleled and unrivaled insight into the worlds of narcissism and psychopathy, alongside being hugely entertained to boot. Only here will you learn precisely the way that the narcissist functions and thinks, and also be equipped with the tools to protect yourself and extricate yourself from such entanglements. 200,000 people who've realized the benefit of watching my videos to be furnished with the information that's contained therein, and to have their days made brighter by the ability to move away from the narcissist and also to gain insight with regard to the conduct and behaviors of both narcissists and psychopaths. 200,000 people who are illuminated by the tones of your glorious narrator, shedding light on the mysterious, unraveling the mysteries of the behaviors of disordered individuals, causing you to laugh at the mayhem of the shuggers, for instance, and providing you with brilliant observations and explanations in terms which you can understand about the world of the narcissist. I created this channel way back in 2019, but did nothing with it at first. I did it as a reaction to my old channel being demonetized, though oddly enough it became remonetized. But it gave me an opportunity to create better recordings of existing material. Many of the recordings on my old channel were undertaken whilst I was travelling, and therefore the quality isn't particularly good. Thus I was able to re-record the classics and create, of course, a huge body of work with thousands of videos that have been created to enable you to learn so much more about narcissism and me. I would very much encourage those of you who perhaps only access the material about this one's wife to explore further. You'll be richly rewarded. There are other celebrities and famous and infamous people who've been placed under the Tudor scope, scintillating examinations of them which will further your understanding of both narcissists and psychopaths, and then a range of materials which covers the intimate partner primary source, intimate partner secondary sources, non-intimate secondary sources, the different types of manipulation, the dynamic with the narcissist, information that helps you seize the power, information about the different types of hoover that take place, what emotional thinking is and its varying forms. There's so much for you to jump into and very much fill your boots in terms of knowledge and information. Having created the channel back, as mentioned, in 2019, it sat dormant for a year, and it wasn't until October 2020 that I commenced the uploading of video, which has more or less become a daily occurrence, save where other matters have prevented me from either uploading on the day or doing so in advance. There are occasions where my professional commitments prevent me from doing so. During this time, where just over 3 years, we've got to 200,000 subscribers. In that time, there have been over 108 million views, 14.4 million hours of my material watched. I would like to thank you all for your involvement in my channel. I'd like to thank you for your various comments, many of which are both interesting and insightful, for sharing your experiences, for letting me know how my work has impacted upon you, for the debates that you have with other commentators. Thank you for ensuring the likes are shown on the videos. Keep them coming, and don't forget to do so. If you haven't subscribed, what on earth is wrong with you? Make sure you do so forthwith. After all, you wouldn't want me to issue a corrective evaluation against you, would you? It is so important that this work reaches as many people as possible. By increasing the number of subscribers, it adds weight and credibility to the channel. It also assists with ensuring that the wretched YouTube algorithm pays attention to the channel. But what is even more important than the number of subscribers that have been achieved is your involvement in my work. I know it entertains you. I know it informs you. I know it enlightens you and frees you. But this channel is reliant upon you, my valuable viewers, for ensuring that more people are able to access this material. By sharing the links on other channels, by correcting those who get it wrong about narcissism, by sharing the links in places below the line where there's an article that's clearly about a narcissist but it isn't said as such, where someone offers information about dating where it would benefit from reference to my works. Use the opportunity below the line on blogs, in comment sections, on other videos to share my work. Share it on X, on Facebook, on Instagram, so that more and more people are able to access this. So often, so many of you say, I wish I'd come across your work 10 years ago, HG. It would have saved me so much heartache, so much pain. Think about all those individuals out there, the hundreds of millions of people who would benefit from access to this material, yet they don't know about it. Imagine if you sharing it caused them to happen upon it, so that they entered through the portal, that they became imbued with the knowledge, that they learned something that would enable them to wake up and realize that they're dealing with a narcissist. That information would enable them to free them and their children away from the harm that they're enduring, enabling an individual to realize that they don't have to suffer the behavior of that boss at work any longer. That it brings enlightenment to a person with regard to the dynamic that they have with their parent, so they finally understand the way that they've been treated. Imagine the satisfaction you would experience from knowing that you have been able to provide this information to so many people, that you've been able to furnish them with this understanding, with this level of knowledge. And think how if you don't look to share this information, how many people could be denied enlightenment? How many people could be denied the freedom that they so richly deserve? Aid me in the extension of my legacy, and in so doing, bring freedom to those that deserve it. Let us march on as we now head towards 300,000 subscribers. The more that you tell people, the more that this channel gets noticed, the sooner those aims will be reached, and more people must be reached. Thank you, all of you, for the loyalty that you exhibit to this channel, for the liveliness that you bring to the live chats, for the amusing observations that you provide in the comments section, for the questions that you ask me at live streams. There's plenty more material to come. Naturally, this one's wife continues to be the gift that gives, but there's more work about psychopathy. There's more work about the different aspects of the narcissistic dynamic. There are more people who will go under the Tudor scope. There's more series that are coming your way. There's going to be the finalization of the Ensnared series, the Seduction and Ensnared series. The conclusion to that will be provided. There's plenty of work for your glorious narrator to continue to provide to you. And of course, new events will arise around the world, which will require the forensic eye of your glorious narrator to look upon it and interpret it for you. Furthermore, should you have any suggestions for me as to what you would like me to examine, if there are individuals you think who should go under the Tudor scope, if you find an interesting explanation in an article somewhere that you think would benefit from my consideration, then send it to me at hgtudorvideo@gmail.com. I'd ask that you don't send me videos, because I have to sit and wade through them all, which takes a considerable amount of time. If there are short clips, fair enough. If you'd like to summarize the content of a video for me, that would be useful. For instance, perhaps you've seen a video created by somebody else and they get something hopelessly wrong about narcissism, that they're giving out dangerous information. You can provide me with the video and a short synopsis of it so that I can then address this. It saves me time. If you notice something somewhere which you think needs to be commented on from the perspective of narcissism, that an individual's behaviour ought to be highlighted in that regard, then send it for my consideration at hgtudorvideo@gmail.com. I look at everybody's suggestions to determine whether they might be included and used in continuing to create the world's best channel about narcissism and psychopathy. We have hit 200,000. There's much more to do. Many more people to have listen and to subscribe. Make sure you send this material to those that you know that need it and continue to espouse the virtues of my work. And for that, you have my thanks. Thus, onwards we will go, marching towards 300,000 subscribers. I'm H.G. Tudor, and you are an army of 200,000. Thank you for listening.